Starting. Okay. Hello, Swole Sisters.
Woo, worldwide. Is that what I used to say?
Worldwide is what you used to say.
It's like, what's his name? Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was going for.
All right.
Hello, everyone. It has been a minute. Happy summer.
Yeah.
And like the world opening back up to a degree, which is pretty cool. I know like dragon boating, we have a bunch of new members. Like people are really coming out of the woodwork and yeah, like ready to be active and do stuff and like be in community, which is awesome.
Yeah. Which has us thinking about Swole Sisters.
I know, way to segue, Jen. Very good. Jen's always reeling me back into to what we're actually doing here.
Yeah, we've just been kind of reflecting on it. We started in January of 2019.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, almost.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't have imagined what was going to happen. And really it had been because Jen and I at that point had been working together for, 2 years maybe? Or 2 years maybe? And we both were kind of going through big changes in our philosophy around fitness, our own fitness and wellness, the industry of fitness and wellness.
Yeah, we were just seeing a lot of misinformation, a lot of harm being done, and we kind of just wanted to start Swole Sisters to be of service to people and give them reliable information and answer their questions and try to, be a little less harmful.
Yeah, and I think we were going through this learning so much, and we were like, I think we need to tell other women about this. Like I think we need to, and of course that started out with our own healing from diet culture. Jen and I eventually stopped dieting, took dieting completely out of our lives and adopted intuitive eating. But yeah, we loved just sharing, I think was the biggest thing with Swole Sisters at first. We're like, did you know? Like, you don't have to restrict yourself, right? Like really what seemed like so basic, but to us were revelations. And then of course, pandemic hits. And how helpful it was for us to have those online workouts. I found on Canva one of our weekly schedules. It was wild.
Yeah,
I mean,
we did a lot of workouts.
We had a workout at one point live and free. I think we eventually did donation based because people were wanting to pay us. But at first we just offered them. We're like, we're going to be working out.
6 a week or something.
Yeah, it was at least one every day, I think. So
yeah. And that was nice for us. I mean, you know how it is. Our only interaction during the pandemic was, digitally for a lot of it. So it was nice for us to do that, and I think it was helpful for a lot of folks at home too. So
yeah, and we also, Jen and I at that point really were building our own personal brands and online coaching brands at that time. We went through all these different business coaches together and separate to really just learn about the industry and how can we be doing this online training stuff.
Which is also it's easier to post a lot when you're in those programs and you're kind of being held accountable to doing it, which kind of comes to why we haven't posted as much in the past 2 years, because we've stopped doing those coaching programs.
And I think that for a lot of people during the pandemic, especially people who their jobs got turned upside down, it became a time, I think, for us, and others could probably relate, where we just were reading and researching and learning.
There was a lot of growth at that.
There was a lot of growth for both of us, and we were really trying to express that through Swole Sisters Worldwide and also through our own personal coaching. And then things really shifted. So post-pandemic, obviously COVID still exists, but the world has really opened up. For me personally, I stopped training altogether last September.
Wow, it's almost been a year.
I know, that's
weird.
And
that was such a big decision.
Yeah, it was a really big choice, and that also shifted things with Swole Sisters. We kind of shifted more towards intuitive eating. We still have the Swole Fit membership, but Jen and I both were kind of feeling okay, where are we going with this? Because Swole Sisters was so informed by the pandemic that now that we're emerging, and which started last year, we're how is this gonna continue into the future? And for me, I'm just taking a really big step back professionally from fitness in general. And I came to Jen, like, I don't know, it was like a month ago, and I'm like, I think I'm done. Like, I think I want to be, you know, I want this to be kind of like our last few months. And Jen, being the absolute trooper that she is, like, she wasn't like,
well, I was kind of feeling a similar way too, and I was kind of like, well, Justine still seems interested, so we can.
we're both like too polite.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll keep going. Jen seems to be enjoying
Well, it's
herself.
a nice connection for us because we don't
Yes.
see each other at the gym, so it did make us like, you know, now it's like, oh, I just have to call Justine. Like,
Yeah, we have to rekindle because we started as colleagues, became really good friends, and then started a business together. And now, yeah, when Swole Sisters ends, we're like, oh, we need to like,
yeah, maybe we'll actually like hang
put
out.
an effort to see each other. So we want to let you know what is happening. Some of you already know a little bit because like we ended Swole Sisters, which was our monthly membership for workouts. All of those clients are aware of that. And they already know about that. But the big question was, what do we do with this community? Like, what do we do with the Swole Sisters Facebook group? Because it's something that we created, and like we didn't want to just like shut it down.
Yeah.
So I am stepping away from it completely, but it will live on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it an Iron Bunny fitness group.
Amazing.
And it'll be a lot of workout stuff. And yeah, for me, my online business was pretty big during the pandemic, and that has slowly dissipated. So I have been like more into my in-person training, but I do love just posting workout stuff and exercise tutorials and all that. So we'll keep that on there. If you're if you like being part of Swole Sisters because you like us sitting and chatting and doing our lives, and you're like, this isn't for me anymore, that's okay. I understand.
I guess, but like at the same time, the workout stuff is so valuable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I hope everyone will stay at least for like a few months and just see what it's gonna be like. Because I also know like there are a lot of people out there who are here for the workouts, as charming and hilarious as we are.
Yeah.
And I think too, we did pull in a lot of people because of the intuitive eating. Is that something that you're going to touch on?
I think
or?
I'll always, be interested in continuing to post stuff about that. And that's another thing that has kind of, we just talked about how when we're going through something, that's when we're like most motivated to post about it. So when we were going through it, like learning about intuitive eating and starting to incorporate it, it was like, woo, and now it's kind of more of a part of our lives.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and the other thing is like working from home, we were saying when you're at the gym, you're exposed to these like women talking about weighing themselves a lot and talking about trying to lose weight and all this stuff, and it's around us less and less. We've kind of like created lives where diet culture doesn't like invade our space as much anymore, which is lovely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't create that like passion and energy to be like, oh, people need to hear about this.
Yeah, and there are also just so many now, like I'm on Instagram, like, and you know, even on Facebook, I have like it's out there more. I don't know. So please continue to, if that resonates for you, the intuitive eating. There are so many awesome people out there doing it. So I didn't also feel like, you know, like no one is saying this. Like we need to be the ones. And now I look out and I'm like, okay, this is becoming a lot more mainstream. There's information out there and like supportive spaces out there. I was gonna say another thing too. Oh, I can't remember. Shoot.
Yeah, so over the next couple weeks, I'll work on kind of, I'm not going to get rid of any of the posts or anything.
No, but there might be a rebrand.
Yes, yeah. And
like,
our YouTube channel's still there.
Yes, so many workouts.
Workouts with a lot of our lives.
Exercise tutorials.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so much content on there.
Yeah, and we do have our email address, so if you ever just like want to reach out, and feel free.
Yeah.
We'll check that periodically, or you can get in touch with me. I think I'm gonna miss this, but at the same time, like I feel like change just like shifts things. Woo! Hand talking, let's just
gesticulation.
just, you know, like when I was training at the gym, every time I wanted to stop doing something, it was like this long process. Like, oh, I'm not going to teach this class anymore. And it would take like months for me to be like, oh. And then when I was done, I was like, oh, this is so nice, you know?
Opens up space for other things.
Yeah, so it's that like saying no, letting go, moving on. Just doing it at first feels so hard, but then once it's done,
yeah, and ending on a positive note too, and I think like I said, you know, Swole Sisters was just such a funky time. Like it came around January 2019, pandemic hits in March, and so most of the people that came into the group are like because of the workouts, and then some people stayed with us. We got new people because of intuitive eating, and it's really evolved and shifted and changed. But I think one of the biggest shifts that we've seen professionally is that people are looking for more in-person. You know, people are ready for more of that community, in-person community spaces when it comes to movement, fitness, and wellness, which definitely changed the group and changed we, to be honest, saw like a drop in the paid membership too. So we're like putting out like, you know, these new workouts, and we're like, I'm not sure, we don't have like a lot of people doing this, is it worth it, you know? So all those questions were not easy, but here we are, we came to an agreement. But don't worry, Jen and I are gonna keep being friends, everybody.
Yes.
This isn't over.
Misty won't move really far away, but
or not you either.
where would I move?
I don't know, like where your mom lives in North Carolina, it's really nice.
In Virginia?
Virginia's really nice.
I don't know about that. Sorry, Mom. Not because of you.
Not because of you,
Just
no.
there's a lot of people there.
They're like, yeah, introvert city over here. Anyway, we thank you so much, everybody, for all of your support, patronage,
Yes,
everything.
thank you.
It's been a blast.
It really has.
All right, we'll see you on the flip side.
I'm emotional.
How do I end this thing? Oh, I might have to take it.